Hi, Gabby.
Hi
How are
there.
you?
How are
How are
you?
you? Well, sick. We're both sick. We are
We're
both
both
very
sick.
sick.
I
And
need to get rid
now,
of that.
and now I'm the one with the sick husband. I remember our first conversation on here. You had the sick husband. Now I've got
There's
the
a
sickest husband ever.
there's basically nothing worse. There's
Nothing,
nothing worse.
nothing
I'm
except
I'm
go
sick
on.
and he's asking me what we're having for lunch today because we got this new grill and I've been dying to grill. So I had to stagger out this morning and get stuff to grill. When's my lunch? When's my lunch?
Oh my God. I just can't. But I forgot to say who we are. We are Gabbing with Girlfriends, and I'm Gloria Butler, and that's Gabi Hughes again. This is now your third time on, right?
It's my third. I'm practically a professional.
I think by five, you're an honorary co-host.
Oh, okay.
That's what I think. I think that might be a
I
rule. I'm
want a
not
little
sure.
badge, a little badge.
Of course. Okay. We're both sick. I have a sick husband. You have jet lag. I had bad jet lag
Oh,
because I went to
bad.
England, but you went even further than me. You
I
went
went
to
Qatar for the World Cup,
how
and
exciting.
it was very exciting. That jet lag, though, it'll make you like feel like you're gonna vomit. You know what I mean? My stomach is sick, but that being said, it was worth it. I mean,
I have told everybody what you said about squats.
oh
So,
yeah,
but I'll
so
back up. Gabby was there for the final. So it's not like she went over to Qatar and went to one of the 3 million games. She actually went to, I'm saying this very, see, I'm wearing a green sweater because I am jealous. She went over for the
the game,
final, the final, not
yeah,
only the final, but they say the best final in the
ever.
history of the World Cup.
First of all, let me just tell you, we had incredible seats, which was really amazing. We were very lucky. We had someone give us incredible seats. And maybe just 12 rows up from the pitch. So really we could see everything. I mean, I could see every expression on, Messi or Mbappe's face, who by the way is just such a cute guy. I can't fucking stand it.
But
And
listen, wait a minute. I have to interrupt. Why are these the only two people anybody talks about? They both have teammates, you know.
it's because they're so good that they're being predicted as to being some of the best players ever in the sport. That's why. It doesn't mean that their team members aren't good. It just means that as individuals, they're so good, they're stand out. And Mbappe, I believe, is also maybe the highest paid footballer. So he has an incredible amount of pressure on him as well.
But
And
not
he's young
only,
and he's only
not,
23.
is that
So he
true?
is, yeah, and he has a long, career ahead of him if he obviously doesn't get hurt or anything. And he has a brother coming up,
Okay,
so
listen
they
to this. Not only is he the highest paid player, do you know that the team he's on can't, I forgot, they can't do anything. They can't bring on another player. They can't buy a player or hire a player or whatever it's called without his blessing. Um,
he has a lot of power, but he's also,
so
I
much
think,
power.
a lot of power, but also very humble. And there's a lot of responsibility that comes with that power at a young age for him.
Oh, no kidding.
And
No
I don't think
kidding.
he's got a big head or anything. He's, um, but
Oh, I think
he,
somebody has a crush.
well,
I think so.
if he comes
Uh,
over for the barbecue today, I'll make him an extra vegan sausage.
there
But
you
that,
go.
there you go. But, um, well, my husband would probably be fawning over him so much I wouldn't get any time with him. But the game. So we were sitting. There were a few friends with us who were from France. I was sitting next to a woman from France and some French people, but predominantly I was sitting surrounded by fans from Argentina, which I've done before at World Cups, and I know what that's like. That is loud. They sing the
Loud and
whole
proud.
time, nonstop. I don't know how they don't pass out, lose their voices, just faint from exhaustion and dehydration. And then every time, and then they don't sit. So, like, you sit and then something happens and they're up. So then you have to get up. Otherwise you can't see what's happening. Right. Cause everybody, so it was like up and down. I literally, I told you, I felt like I did 3 solid hours of squats while the whole country screamed in my ear. My ears hurt. My thighs hurt after the game. I mean, it was a freaking
I have told
workout.
everybody you said that about squats. That's so funny because I just see it. Because I know just sitting on my couch at home, I was almost doing that,
Up and down,
kind of.
up and down, up and down. Just every move they made, up and down, up and down, up. Oh, nothing's happening down. Up, oh, down. I mean, it was just like, holy cow. I was truly exhausted afterwards. And the noise, I can't even explain to you how noisy it was. So then afterwards, we went to this party, hung out for a while, and then this DJ came on. And the minute the DJ came up, he like cranked up the volume. And it was like I had PTSD. I just said to Glenn, I gotta go. Like, I can't be around any more noise.
Oh no, I
It
couldn't
was,
even imagine. I
and
get
and
it.
and you can't, at that point when they make the music so loud, you can't speak to anyone anyway. So it's not fun. Like maybe
No,
I'm
you have to be
old.
no, you have to be 40 years younger for sure.
Yeah. Like, do they not want to talk to anyone, or are they okay
No,
screaming? They
no.
want to talk. I just want to have a conversation and drink champagne and
So
talk about the
I was
game.
going to ask that. I was going to ask that. Did you have any alcohol restrictions at the game where you were sitting?
I think, okay, so I think you could drink beer, but I'm not sure because I don't drink beer, so I didn't drink at the game. If you were in a box, you could have alcohol, but I don't drink beer, so it's a like I didn't pay any attention to it because I wasn't going to do it. But I did drink at the hotel, and I did drink at, so
The
you can
club.
drink, yeah, at clubs or private things. But I have to tell you, as exciting as that game was, it's a shame that the overall festive nature wasn't there because, I'm an expert now that this is my third World Cup. So um, when I went to Brazil and Russia, and I wasn't there for finals, but I was still there for other games. And the people, it's just so fun. They wear their shirts from wherever they're fun. They're walking around in the streets. They're singing. They're dancing. They're meeting other people. You're seeing
They're
Argentina.
totally drunk.
Yeah, you're seeing Argentina, USA, Canada, Mexico. Like people just walking around having a great time and celebrating and singing. Like they're not doing anything destructive. They're just having fun. Or during the day, they're shopping and eating or going to a space if they don't have tickets. All these places had viewing places where you could view it, right?
Right, right.
So in Brazil, they had a giant screen on Copacabana Beach. You could hang out on the beach. They had a big FIFA tent where you could buy stuff. Guys are wheeling around their little carts with coconuts. It's a very festive thing. In Russia, you've got sites to see if you don't have anything to do. You can go to Red Square, you can go to a museum, you can go to the department store, you can go eat out. You know, they had lights across the sidewalks in the air with like butterflies and stuff. So you're walking under this canopy of loveliness, it's festive. Here,
However,
there was nothing. I counted 7 people on the way to the game outside walking. 7 people. The whole time I saw 4 dogs and 1 cat. I saw on the day of the event, or the day of the final,
no, but you
was
said you
like,
saw 4 people, meaning 4 people with football jerseys on, or 4 people,
no,
period.
just 4 people, period. 7 people,
Why?
period, because they don't go out. Because the day of the final was National Qatar Day. And they said, "Oh, guys, we got to go to the stadium really early because it's their national day. They're going to be doing stuff, and it's going to be bad traffic," which there was, because they get in their car and wave flags out the window and let their kids sit up through the roof thing.
Sunroof.
Yeah, and then they had like some planes flying over the stadium, so everyone was lined up on the street to watch that. Those were the Qatari people, though. They weren't the fans. The fans weren't out because there's just so many rules and restrictions, and there's nowhere to go. The restaurants are empty. There's no trash on the street, but there's also no trash cans because there's no people. You don't need trash cans.
But maybe it was that day because it was a holiday.
I was there for 4 days.
Oh, so it was every day.
Every day. And that Qatari day was the day I saw the most people, but they were lined up on the side of the road in their cars. Nobody, I think what happens is in the summertime, it's so hot, you can't go outside anyway because it's
Yeah. Yeah.
110. So you go to a mall. But I was looking up on their malls, the shops. I don't need to fly for 15 hours to go to a Cinnabon. I don't. The
Well, I don't
shops are no.
know. I can usually manage a Cinnabon after however many
Yeah,
hours.
but I mean
But no, I
that
know. I'm just teasing.
there's nothing in there in that mall. There's nothing that is so special that you need to. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
everything's the
know.
same. Well, everything's the same.
Everything's the same,
Is what we have.
and there was nothing to do. Any like, say you go to Brazil. Okay, when I was in Brazil for the World Cup, I went to their botanic garden. I took a tour of H. Stern and watched them make jewelry. I took a tour of Ipanema. I did a historical tour through
Is H.
Rio.
Stern Brazilian?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know that.
And I did all this really cool stuff. And there they have one museum, but there's no art in it. It's a history of how they made themselves, you know?
Do they have any
And there's
mosques you could go to? I did that when I went to Abu Dhabi. I did go to a
no,
mosque.
I didn't
It
go to
was
mosque.
beautiful.
I can tell you this, some dude woke me up at 4:40. They do the thing where they wake you up to prayer, the chanting or whatever. And I was like, Jesus Christ, I just got to sleep.
Well, who woke you up?
The dude comes on and he chants to wake
Oh,
you up to go to prayer.
so a
Yeah, the
speaker thing.
loudspeaker.
You made
That one
it
was,
sound like somebody came into your hotel room and shook you to get up to
yeah,
pray.
exactly. And then when I just fell back to sleep, he did it again at 5:15. Like it was like, oh my God. Every time I wanted to sleep, that dude was yelling at me.
Every day?
What? Yeah, every day. Every day. And I mean, I get it. That's part of their culture. They're more conservative than I am. I didn't have one single dress that I didn't have to wear a sweater because they're all sleeveless or they have spaghetti straps because I live in LA,
You have to cover your
right?
arms. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not that kind of gal that can live very long in that kind of environment. Like I need to do what I'm gonna do when I'm gonna do it.
But
That's me.
that's because this is where you were raised, and this is what you know.
Yeah. But I just anyway. So it was a good experience, but I wish that for all the fans that they could have had a more, you know, like after the game partied and done something. And I didn't see any watch parties anywhere or anything like that, so I don't know. That might have been happening. That might have been happening some other hotels, but I don't know.
Do you know what I don't get? You know how like Argentina made it to the finals? What and the arena was full.
Yeah.
The arena
Oh,
was full. The
oh,
arena was full of Argentinians. What I don't get is what if, for example, and this happened with other teams, but what happens, for example, if it would have been 3 games into it and Argentina was gone or whatever? What happens to those fans?
I don't know, but I can tell you a funny. I have to tell you a funny thing. So when Argentina, you know how Argentina, they had so many fans there.
Yeah.
And I was talking to this girl from France, and she was saying, I can't remember who they played, but like France was so like I had to laugh because they're at their end and they got they're waving their flags very calmly. They're very reserved, they're French, right? And this girl says to me, she says, "Oh my gosh, I just wish there were more French here. I mean, they're just, they just don't. But she goes, we're French. We don't travel."
Of
I
course
thought that
not.
was so funny. She's like, we don't travel. And I thought that was
That's funny.
hilarious.
That's really funny.
And then you look and you see them on that end where they all wear just their flags.
Flying their flag in a very, very French way.
Very calm and tastefully.
Yep. So speaking of tastefully, what was the food like?
The food was really good. Um, I ate a lot of, hummus and some other things that were vegan, but I have no idea what they were. Hold on.
Did you eat a lot of
Uh,
dates?
no, I had a lot of eggplant
I
and
love eggplant.
little tiny, tiny ones with something on them that was very spicy. Uh, I had lots of fruit. Um, I don't know what the stuff was called, but it was all good, you
And
know.
how hot was it?
Um, it wasn't that bad, like 78 maybe.
Oh, oh,
Yeah, not that bad.
oh,
So
wow.
I
I
can't
don't know why I
complain.
thought it was going to be worse. And then coming back, you had a lovely long layover.
Yeah, in San Francisco for 6 hours. Oh my gosh. By that time, I was just insane anyway, so it didn't really matter.
Oh,
By
no,
that
I'm
time,
sure you just wanted it. But at that time, I'm sure you just wanted to be at home in bed. That's when you were probably getting all your germs for your whatever it is you
I could
have.
have, and I could have handled it myself, but I had Glenn with me, and so he goes into
Whole
emotions
other
of,
story.
I need an espresso and I need it now, and I can get you one. God, thanks for getting me this espresso. Like, it's up and down, and I tend to be very, just straight
Even
level.
keeled, yeah.
Even yeah,
Well, I don't even have a 6 hour layover as an excuse for that. I just having a sick husband makes you kind of it's so he tested negative for strep, tonsillitis, COVID, and the flu. Which I never even knew they could test for flu, but they do. Um, and tested positive for being a pain in my ass. Because since this has started, if I have to hear one more time that this is the most sick he's ever been, or that he's sure he's breaking ribs every time he coughs, or I've had no sleep, that's him. Forget, I mean, I haven't either, but that's him talking about it.
oh God, don't
I
make me
never have
laugh.
sleep. Um, it's been, and I think what it is, and I feel this being
Oh
since
God,
I have a cold, is I forgot what it's like to be sick. I forgot what it's like to have a cold because since the pandemic, I've had nothing.
I
I
wore
have
a mask
all,
all the time,
yeah, yeah. So
and I
now
wasn't
all
around
this,
anyone. I wasn't
yeah,
around anyone.
yeah. Did you wear
So,
masks on the plane, by the way?
no, but I was lying down sleeping with a blanket over my head the whole time too. So I really slept like a lot. I slept pretty much the whole way.
Well, yeah, because you didn't have anybody telling you to get up and pray. Um, but yeah, it's you forget that now that there's germs flying around everywhere and people that wear masks and everybody's, forget hand
Yeah.
sanitizer. And I even wonder how much people wash their hands. It's everybody is
I'm just
sick.
hoping Glenn doesn't get this because the line that got me is, "This is the sickest I've ever been." Do you know how many times I've heard that line? This is the sickest I've ever been.
Maybe it's a Birmingham thing.
It's got to be.
It's definitely, even if it's not Birmingham, it's probably a Northern English thing because they're quite,
Dramas, drama, drama.
oh, that's a much better word. I was going to say immature, but dramatically immature, maybe. So, yeah, ever,
Oh,
the worst ever.
oh God, you gotta help me. Oh, oh,
He does that. He does that. You got to help me.
oh, you gotta help me. I'm dying. Oh,
Does he really do that?
yeah, he's a complete drama queen, king, whatever you want to call him. Oh,
He said, you've got to help me.
you gotta help me. Get me something. Do something, Gabby. Do something.
Oh, you have to video this. I love it. That's very funny.
Do something.
Because
Do
like
something.
me, you can
Because
do
I'm a
everything.
registered nurse.
Oh,
Among my
P-
many skills, I
PhD
am
in
an
medicine
RN.
here. Um, anyway, sick husbands, what would we do without them?
What would we do without him? Oh my God. I laughed so hard. I think my eye mascara ran.
Who puts mascara on when they're sick? I couldn't
Well,
even imagine.
I was going to be seeing you, and you don't want to see me without it.
Do. Okay, so tell me what you've done since you've been home besides you got a new
Sleep.
grill, you went to buy vegan sausages and potatoes. I
I've
already
had to
know
work.
that.
I had to work, and then I did take a. I try to go to bed early. Today, though, I'm going to cook, and I really want to do some weeding in my garden. We'll see how long that. We'll do that till I'm really really tired, and then I'll just take a nap.
And then what happens when you go back to work? How much time do you have off?
No, and I got to go to work on Tuesday.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Hmm. And what are you doing on Christmas Day?
Christmas, Christmas Day, I'm just going to hang out, but we're going to dinner at my friend Robin Matson's house. She was Heather on General Hospital, and she was also Janet from Another Planet on The Young and the Restless. No, I'm sorry, not The Young and the Restless. All My Children,
And
and
was
we
she
go
really
there.
called Janet from another planet?
That was her character.
But that, no, I know, but that was her character's
Yeah, that
name.
was her
Oh,
character.
that's
I
cute.
mean, that was kind of a nickname. I guess her name was Janet. I didn't watch that show, so I don't really know.
Mm-hmm.
But I was a General Hospital watcher, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I still watch General Hospital, so I
You
still
do?
watch all of them. Oh yeah, I watch General Hospital and The Young and the Restless.
Do you know what EastEnders is?
Oh yeah, I love it. I watch EastEnders, Coronation Street. I love the street. Love the street.
It's so funny. I was talking to Jane Andrews yesterday, and she said, I asked her what she was doing. She said, lying in bed catching up on EastEnders. And the day before, when I was speaking to Debbie, I said, are you going out tonight? She said, no, I'm lying in watching, catching up on
East,
EastEnders. And it's like, I can't believe I've escaped that.
well,
Never
and it
watched one ever.
well, like Glenn's mom, being from where they're from, they watch Emmerdale. They don't watch EastEnders. They
Mm.
watch Coronation
Mm.
Street because that's in Manchester, and then Emmerdale, it's up in the north, whereas EastEnders is London.
London.
And EastEnders, it can get pretty dark. Do you know what I mean? They take on some dark
Really?
topics. It's not
I don't
pretty.
know because I've never watched one, but
Oh, they can get dark. And not that Coronation Street can't. I mean, they have murder and mayhem and fires and people dying and stuff, but it's all done. I don't know. There's something about Coronation Street. There's a reason it's so popular and why everyone in England watches it. It's just so good. It's just
it's
so
because
good.
it's is it because it's so real life? And that's
It's very, you know what? It's not like an American soap opera at all. American soap operas you watch because you want to see people
the
who
fantasy
have
of it.
always in an outfit, always makeup done, always jewelry, always shit that's over the top, not even close to being real. Coronation Street is working class people trying to make a living, their ups and downs, their births and deaths, their romances, their illicit affairs, just all kinds of stuff, drugs, you know,
And why
baby.
Coronation Street more than EastEnders or what's the other one? Emmerdale.
Well, Emmerdale is more like a farm community, a smaller community. So
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
I think people in the north are more interested in that. And I think that Coronation Street speaks to just a wider audience, you know?
Hmm.
I
Hmm,
just
hmm,
think
hmm.
that. I bet if you looked it up, you would find Coronation Street had the most viewers overall in England of their soap operas.
And EastEnders is the one that's run the longest, right?
That I don't know.
Or maybe it's Coronation Street, but I know
I
one
don't
has been
know.
on
I,
forever.
ever. I mean, Coronation Street has been on since I was a child, like maybe the early 60s, maybe longer. I mean, back when it was in black and white, you know
Is
what I
that
mean?
true?
Like, yeah,
Oh wow. I guess
yeah,
it's like our Gunsmoke or whatever it is.
exactly. Exactly. So, yeah, Coronation Street's been on for a very long time.
Um, but yeah, there isn't anything equivalent to our sort of soap operas there.
No, not unless I don't, and I, you know, not unless England is doing some sort of nighttime drama like we did Dallas and Dynasty and Falcon Crest and all that stuff, which was basically a soap opera. They just aired it
Did
during
it at
prime
night.
time.
But what's that show called? I don't know if it's my neighbors. Do
I
you know what
don't
that
watch
is?
that. No.
Maybe that's Australian, but big in England. I don't
Um,
really know, but I think that might
you
be
know, and
kind
then
of
in the 90s, we had Beverly Hills 90210, which was for geared at a younger audience, right?
yeah.
For
Neighbors,
nighttime.
Neighbors was too. It's a
Yeah.
younger audience,
Yeah.
huh? So going from football to soap operas. Oh, we did this because of what you're doing on Christmas. I was wondering how we got
Oh,
there,
yeah.
but yeah, we got there. We just got here in a very roundabout way. But so going back to Christmas, so you're going over there for dinner,
Yeah.
and is she vegan as well?
No, but she always gets like a lot of vegetables and stuff, and we're not, all Glenn
I
wants is
know
some potatoes and some Brussels sprouts
that's Terry. That's
and
Terry because
pie.
that's Christmas to Terry.
That's all he cares about. He
Yeah,
doesn't
Terry
want any of
too.
the other stuff anyway. He
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
like
Terry.
stuffing. He doesn't like anything else but that.
Yeah,
So
like I'll get vegan stuffing, I'll get vegan whatever.
he
He just
doesn't,
wants
he's
his
not interested.
roast potatoes and his sprouts, and he's happy.
Yeah. Glenn
So
wants mashed potatoes and sprouts, and that's all he wants, you know?
easy peasy.
He'll eat a salad to be polite, but he
Not
doesn't really
Terry.
care. Yeah. He doesn't
No,
really care.
he's not polite anyway. But no. Um, so and then what else? What are you doing for New Year's Eve?
uh, Probably nothing. We
Yeah, I
don't
don't like New
usually do
Year's
any.
Eve. Neither do we.
We don't do anything. We watch maybe something on TV and go to bed. I mean, in the past, if we've been invited to a party, like when we used to go to Wendy's or something, we would go. But if I don't know, I don't care. I mean,
But see, I'm kind of not feeling that party vibe anymore anyway. And I don't think many people are because I think, everybody, especially well, obviously during the pandemic, people had to be cautious. But
yeah,
now I think as far as parties go, unnecessary parties go, I think people are tending to be cautious. I started to say still, but I think they're tending to be cautious again. I
I
think,
think so. I think so. And also down here, they have fireworks on New Year's Eve, and I like to be home with my dogs anyway if they're doing
yeah,
fireworks because they
yeah.
don't like it. Also, I think on New Year's Eve, there always used to be anyway for me like this pressure, kind of like a birthday, that you're supposed to have fun or you're supposed to be doing something or you're supposed to have fun. And once I decided it doesn't really matter, like it's
But
okay. You can stay home and watch television and then
and
just go
have
to bed at
fun.
10 if you want to,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I don't like fireworks and I don't drink and I don't like loud noise and I don't like people. So I'm much happier at home with my dogs anyway and cats. So yeah,
I don't like people.
that's easy for me. Um, so did you put up a tree?
Yes, I have a tree up and it's pink. And then I have another one that's small. It's like maybe 3 or 4 feet high. It's pink, and I have to put that up today because Glenn's bothering me to put up another tree, so I got to get that one up.
Is your pink one real? Just teasing.
No, yeah,
Just teasing.
yes, it is. It's called
It's called
Pinus
pink.
Pinus Pinus tulipincus.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool
Yeah.
and quick. I could have never thought of that. Um, so oh yeah, you don't have any cats anymore. I
I don't
remember
have cats
we
anymore.
talked about glass balls that you could put on trees now that you don't
Yeah,
have your cats.
I don't have cats anymore.
Mm. Um, so what's your next trip? What's your next?
I don't have anything planned until March. I have to go to my niece's wedding in Florida.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And that's going to come, that'll be here before we know it, just because time goes so fast. It seems like
Oh
it's
my
really
gosh.
far away, but
No, no, it's not.
I haven't bought the tickets yet or dealt with it, and I need to, but it'll be here like in the blink
Oh,
of an eye.
I was talking to somebody the other day about something else that I'm doing in March, and she was talking about other people that she's invited, whatever. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's in March. It's ages away. Why are we even talking about this now? And I get
It's
it.
because it's
I
because
get it.
we can think
Yeah.
about all the things we have to do between now and March, and it seems overwhelming. That's why it
Yeah.
seems like far away, but it's coming.
Yeah. It was, it seemed far away until she reminded me that if you go back 2 months ago, how that time between 2 months ago and now is just like a blink of an
Yeah,
eye. So,
yeah.
um, and Glenn's off the road now for a while.
He is, I think, until March, but I don't know when he leaves. So maybe
Everything
the
is
end of
March.
February. Everything is March.
Um,
Springtime.
and so when he leaves, will he be in Europe or be here?
I
Here being
think
in the
he'll
States.
I think he'll be in South America.
Oh, so neither the States nor
South
Europe.
America, yeah.
Uh, have you ever been to Peru?
Yes, I've been to Peru.
Did you
I've
love it?
been to Lima and I had a really good time.
But
Uh no, I had a really good time. I did get food poisoning there, but I was able to have the hotel send a doctor to my room and he gave me an IV and he cured me and told me to always drink fennel tea if you feel sick, never anything else. Don't take soda pop, don't take 7 Up or ginger ale, not even chamomile,
where do you
always
get fennel
fennel.
tea?
Uh, I can get it at Bristol Farms. But I remembered that because my grandmother always said that when I was a kid. And I went, oh, you know what? I never forgot that. And I always take fennel tea when I'm sick. And it really does help your
Do you
stomach.
travel with it? Like,
Yep.
what if you get sick when you're away? Because there isn't
Yeah,
always a Bristol Farms or a Whole Foods or whatever.
I know. And the other thing I travel with is peppermint oil in pills because they're not preventative. But if you get that little like twinge in your stomach, you get to feel a little twinge and you take a peppermint oil, it helps coat your stomach and it makes that twinge kind of go away. It doesn't do you any good to take it before you eat or anything. It doesn't do anything for you, but it's after the fact it can help you. But if you are
That's
sick,
interesting.
yeah, but if you're sick like food poisoning and like you're vomiting and stuff, oh, here's another interesting tip I learned from a
You learned in
Navy.
Peru, or
I
you just
learned this
learned?
in Peru from a Navy SEAL who was there. So he said, if you feel sick, the only thing you should eat is dry toast with nothing on it and apples. And this way, when
I
you
do the dry
vomit,
toast.
it's a lot easier on you. And so I
All
did
right. Yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
what he said. And guess
I never
what?
heard the apple part.
Yeah, when you vomit, it's a lot easier. You get some hydration from the apple before you let go of it. And it doesn't, you know how it is nasty if you eat other foods. They just taste horrible when you vomit.
Yeah.
Apples,
Yeah. Yeah.
apples and dry toast come out relatively clean with little or no pain. I've always remembered that too.
Huh.
Valuable things I learned in South America.
And have you used that knowledge since then?
I have.
Hmm.
I mean, luckily I'm not a vomiter, but if I think it's even around the bend, I'm an apple and toast gal until that moment passes.
Well, I would do the peppermint oil. I'd do apple and toast, but I would still have to do ginger ale because that would be my excuse because I love ginger ale.
Oh, well, then just
Hmm.
drink ginger ale all the time anyway, just because you
I do
like
pretty
it.
much. Yeah, I
Yeah,
do
there
pretty
you
much.
go.
Is that
Sorry,
a
that's
Christmas stocking?
that's Toto, my shadow. He's been here the whole time just laying down.
I
He's got to
saw him
stretch his
before.
legs. Yeah, he's
I
got to
saw him
stretch his
before.
legs.
Sweet. Sweet were they? I bet they were glad when mommy and daddy came
Oh my
back.
God. He is like a cat. He gets under my legs. He's going to knock me down one day and trip me because he's just like so close to my legs. And my dog sitter even said, he tried to knock me over. He's so close to me. I go, yep, he's like a cat. He likes to do that.
We have a dog that literally, no matter where you stand, no matter where you sit, he finds the back of your legs. It just doesn't matter. And it's like he's drawn to this. So you could be standing there putting dishes in the dishwasher, and all of a sudden you got to back up, you're on the floor. He
Yeah.
just, sometimes I think he does it on purpose. If I was a paranoid person, I would believe that my husband trained him to do that. because it's really funny. He has literally, he being the dog, not my husband, he has literally made me fall twice. He's made Debbie fall, I think, 3 times, and never my husband. Even though he does get behind his legs, or if he's sitting on the couch, he'll be under his feet. But
What
somehow he
is
knows
that
to
all
move.
about? What is that all about?
Yeah,
Why are you trying to trip me and Gloria? Why? Why? Why?
our husbands train them to do that.
Do you have a hit out on me? Does somebody have a hit out on me? Little mini hitmen is what they are.
How big is he?
He's about 10 pounds, maybe
Mm,
10 to
mm,
12 pounds. He's got
mm,
very long legs though.
mm. Just like mine. Just teasing. My little short legs.
He's got very long legs and
Um,
he's a funny boy.
so what else? What else? What else? What else? Give me some more. Don't you have another story for me? You always have great stories to cheer up
Oh,
my cold ridden body.
I know.
The sickest I've ever been. Not
Oh,
really.
for sure, this is the sickest I've ever been, except for the apple and toast time in South America. That I was sick. That was terrible.
And
But
were
I
you
don't
guys on
know.
the road? Were you on tour?
Yeah, Glenn was doing a show, some shows down there with that Kings of Chaos group.
So did you have to
So it was
stay longer because you were sick, or were you kind of based there for a
no,
few days anyway?
we were there for maybe 2 days or 3 days. I can't remember. It wasn't an overnighter. You know what I mean? It was maybe 2 days.
Well, that
So,
was lucky.
so excuse me. I had enough time to recover. And like I said, once that guy came and gave me that IV, it was like, oh, thank you, Jesus. But I think what happens is you get so dehydrated, that makes your stomach pain worse when you get dehydrated. You
Yeah,
get very bad
absolutely.
stomach pain. And then once they give you those fluids, you're like, oh man, you know,
Mm.
it's like almost instant recovery. So that was good.
Um, so, well, because I feel kind of yuck, I don't think I'm coming up with any fun, interesting questions or topics.
I don't think I have anything fun because my brain is moving kind of slow now.
Hmm.
Like I'm just not interesting today. I could be interesting in a couple of days
Or not.
or not.
Maybe you left your interesting in Qatar.
I think I'm so busy trying to control my cough reflex that I can't think about anything else. But I
That's the
might come
worst.
up with
And the more you try,
it's like the worse it gets.
yeah, the more you try to control it. It's like if you're
Yeah.
sitting somewhere and somebody's doing a speech and you feel it coming, you
Yeah.
turn purple and every other shade of beat and end up
Yeah.
coughing anyway. So you put
Or it's
yourself
like
through that torture for
you're like at
nothing.
a play in the West End and it's very silent and all of a sudden you need to cough so desperately. And then everyone can hear you scrabbling for your cough drops and opening that.
And once upon a time, you would just do that. You'd find your cough drop, you'd take it. People would kind of roll their eyes a little bit and continue watching the play. Now you do that in the middle of a play and you see everybody going in their purse to either put on a mask or throw you one because now you cough and everybody freaks. Everybody's like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah. There was a guy on the plane really, hawking some stuff up, man. I don't know what it was, but it was starting to really freak Glenn out. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you.
But
Like
I mean, once
that.
upon a time, it would have kind of grossed you out a bit or kind of
Yeah.
worried
Now
you.
it's just
And
like,
now it's
now it
like,
makes you paranoid.
yeah,
Yeah.
now it's either COVID or he's definitely got RSV or he's got whatever. But
Yeah.
um, is RSV contagious?
I have no idea.
Me
I don't
neither.
know. I don't know.
Hmm,
I have no idea.
no, me neither.
I
Um,
should know since I'm a licensed LPN,
RN, yeah,
RN, DDS, PhD in microbiology, but I don't know.
huh? Yeah, I should know that too.
As a
This week,
licensed healthcare provider, I should know the answer to that.
yeah,
So
yeah, you definitely should.
I should
Um,
definitely follow up with my ongoing education because I
yeah.
missed a class, I guess.
Well, yeah, how would you know? Because once upon a time we didn't know what RSV was.
Yeah.
So how would you know? You have to keep up with these classes a little bit
Yeah,
better because
I need to get on it,
it's like keeping up with different COVID variants is. You
I
just got to
could
keep
lose
up.
my medical license over this.
There you go. How many boosters have you had?
One.
Really?
Yeah, just one.
Mm. Are you getting any more? Are you done?
Maybe if I get around to it, I'm we have like, yeah, if it's easy and I go in the Vons one day and they'll let me get one. If I have to plan it or sign up for it,
It ain't
but
happening.
I mean, I got my flu shot because I can walk in and just get like, I don't know. Right now, the mood I'm in, I'm not planning anything, but that doesn't mean that a week from now, when I feel better, I won't plan something.
I've had two flu shots 3 years apart, and both times I got the worst flu ever,
Mm.
ever. So I'll never do it again. I'm
Oh,
kind of I'm kind of 12 years without now, and I won't do it.
I always get one because I have asthma and I can't risk getting it, and I don't have any problem. I it keeps if I get I'm more. I actually might be more afraid of getting the flu than of getting COVID, which sounds weird because they both affect your lungs. But I know if I get the flu, it's not going to be pretty.
Did you know there's such thing as a pneumonia vaccine?
Yeah, I get pneumonia as well.
Oh, you do? I didn't know that.
Uh-huh.
I just found out in England. I was at my
Yeah, no, I
doctor
get
there.
that because I do not want to get pneumonia either. I mean, that can kill you. I mean, Andy Warhol died from pneumonia and he was like not old.
So when you get a pneumonia vaccine, you know, you get a flu vaccine. I say I got the flu. They say that can't happen, but whatever. How so many vaccines have what's the word? Side effects. So does the pneumonia vaccine have anything like that?
I don't think
I
so
know it
because I
doesn't
know
give
I've
you pneumonia, but do you? Because my doctor, I was in England a couple of weeks ago, and I was due to fly back to the States the next day. And my doctor said, "Do you want a pneumonia vaccine?" I'm like, "No, I'm getting on a plane tomorrow." And he looked at me like, but I just wouldn't risk it.
no, it doesn't do anything to me.
Because I
You know
know
what
a
I mean? It
COVID
doesn't.
vaccine, I wouldn't never do a COVID vaccine again before I fly because I had such a bad reaction to one of my
Oh yeah, no, I've
shots.
never had anything happen with pneumonia. I've been getting them for a couple of years. I've never had anything happen.
Hmm.
That if I did, I don't remember it.
And
Let's
do you
put it
do
that
that?
way.
And do you do that at, well, people don't remember bad things with pain and medicine, medical things. But did you get your pneumonia shot at Vaughn's or did you get it at the doctor's?
I don't even remember. I don't
Did you
remember.
did you make the whole story up
No, I probably suffer slight brain damage from
from coughing so much, having the worst
coughing,
cold you've
and
ever had?
I've loosened some of my brain cells. But I think I got it at my last doctor checkup. I think she gave it to me. But I know
Hmm.
you can get it at Vaughn's. I know you can get it at Vaughn's. I'm pretty
I
sure. But
had
I
no
think my doctor
idea.
gave it to me. She gave me everything. She gave me
Hmm.
that and the tetanus and like the whole. She gave me everything, the whole
In the same
shebang.
day?
Yeah.
In the same day.
Oops, sorry,
That's
that
okay.
would be Toto. Yeah,
Don't blame the
I don't.
dog.
That was Toto.
Um,
He listen. The guy's trying to kill me. Okay, the least I can do is throw some shade his way.
it's like farting and you blame the dog.
I just blame Glenn.
Yeah, there you go. So, oh, well, I'm going to get one.
I don't remember having any problem at all with pneumonia. You know
Just
what I
hearing
mean?
about
Nothing.
all these respiratory things going on, I'm
You
going to
don't
do
want
it.
to get it. You don't want to
And
get it
nobody there,
because
I never knew it existed. And nobody ever asked me. And since that doctor asked me and I said no, now I'm thinking that
you
I
should
should have
get
done
it.
it. Yeah.
You don't want to risk getting pneumonia because that's bad.
No,
You
I
know,
don't. You're right. I absolutely do not.
that is bad.
Hmm. Okay, well, we're getting to the gloomy stage of our
Yeah, we're
conversation. So
getting
maybe
depressing now. I have
so
to go renew my medical license.
and you have to definitely get lunch going for your husband.
And I got to get lunch going because I can hear rumblings down there, and that's
Is that his
dangerous.
stomach? Is that his stomach
It's a
rumbling?
stomach rumbling in the kitchen. When
And
he starts,
you
I
could
can
hear him
hear.
getting ready to fire you.
Yeah, my head
Uh,
chef. I will no longer be the head chef.
now you'll go back.
Grubhub will end up becoming head chef, and I will be fired.
There you go. Wouldn't that be nice? Okay, I love you, and I I miss our game nights. We have to figure this out. I'm going to text you
Yeah.
later because I have some
Okay.
ideas. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Okay,
Bye.
bye. Happy
Bye. Bye.
holidays.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
You too. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks so much for tuning in today, and be sure to follow Gabbing with Girlfriends on here so you never miss an episode. You can also find us on social media for more fun and in-depth conversations. Thank you.